have any idea how painful it is to drown? To struggle to breathe as the water fills your lungs? No, you don't. It's one of the most terrifying things a person can experience. Well, don't worry. You'll know my pain soon enough. I will reach through your screen and pull you into the abyss with me. You can suffocate and hurt as I did, and you can feel every last bit of pain that a human can endure before perishing. Now, allow me to show you true suffering. Come with me. I want to play a game. Boom! I see you've inserted the cartridge again. It's good that your curiosity has brought you back to me. Since you ran away last time, I never had the chance to introduce myself to you. You. I'm Ben, and you let me drown. How could you do this to me? How could you do this? Come on, let's play a game. I can't wait to see how you die. I'm sure it will be fun for one of us.
Hey there, you want to come play with me? We'll play hide and seek. Alright, I'll close my eyes and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not, here I come. You can't run. You're too slow. And I am God. Found you, silly. You want to try it again? Get ready for round 2. But this time, when you lose, your soul will belong to me. Hey, wake up, fucknut. You with me, sunshine? I know. You're scared. Maybe you, wet your pants a little. That's understandable.
Stop toying with your victim and kill them already.
Oh, alright, Brian. Let me just get right on that.
I thought I told you not to use my real name.
Oh, you did. I just, don't really give a fuck. I gotta say, I'm digging that nifty little voice changer you got there, hoodie. What did that cost you? Like $3?
This is exactly why Toby is the master's second in command now.
Excuse me? I think I misheard you. Maybe you should say it again.
Toby took your place. Masky, deal with it. You're unprofessional, you're insane, and you're a loose cannon.
See, I guess I missed the part where we're supposed to be shy little pussies. We fucking kill people, Brian. You say I'm insane? When both of us have the exact same job? Explain to me how that works.
We're supposed to be sending a message, not reveling in the joy of killing. This is about the Master's will, not our own gratification.
Really? Well, how about I kick your fucking teeth down your throat and kill you off as well? Huh? What do you think about that?
That's... enough. You act like such a child, Tim. It's no surprise that people think you are one.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Rogers...
Shut up! You know I hate it when you call me that.
Yeah, I do. That's what makes it funny.
Look, we have work to do.
Today, Junior. And Slenderman thinks you're better suited for this than me.
Silence, all of you. I've heard more than enough of this petty bickering. Toby, my child, you and Hoodie have some work that needs to be taken care of, involving that boy with the smile carved into his face. Yes, Master.
As you wish.
Let me guess. You have something special for me to do too, huh? Ooh, do I get to clean up the leftovers of what the obedient dogs leave behind?
No. You still need to kill that man in the chair. And after that, you can ponder on how much you are really worth. Because right now, I see very little reason to allow you to take another breath. After you have pondered, you will have one more chance to prove to me that you serve a purpose. If I'm not convinced after that, then you most certainly will die. Do you understand me, Tim? Do you understand?
Yes, Master.
Good. Now finish your job here and get out of my sight.
Yes, Master.
My name is Dr. Clarence T. Wilson. It is 7:05 p.m. on the night of May 25th. This is psychiatric evaluation number 1 for patient Toby Aaron Rogers. Toby was born with Tourette's syndrome and CIPA, among other disorders. He has been given the alias Ticky Toby as a result of his tics, which cause him to twitch involuntarily. He was responsible for the murder of his parents, after which he burned their house to the ground. The patient has spoken to the staff about a Slender man, and how this person or thing has influenced his behavior. An argument could be made that this is a variation of the classic excuse, "the devil made me do it." But something about this just eats at me. I feel like there is more to it. Hello, Toby. I'm Dr. Wilson. I was hoping we could talk for a moment. Talk about what? About the things you've done. About why you feel the way you feel. I don't feel anything. I never could. Yes, your congenital insensitivity to pain. I think you know that's not what I'm referring to, though. You're referring to why I was driven to kill my parents. I know. Why did you kill them, Toby? I need to know your thought process if I am to help you.
You really think you can help me?
I would certainly like to try, son. I don't believe that you are a monster. I believe you're deeply disturbed and troubled.
My father, he wasn't a kind man. In fact, he was evil. He would spend hours abusing me, torturing me. I guess it gave him a feeling of power knowing that I couldn't feel anything that he did. But my body still bears the scars of his actions. I still have to live with knowing that somebody did this to me.
I've read the reports. Your father was indeed a cruel man, Mr. Rogers.
I hate being called that.
I'm sorry, Toby. I'm sorry. Just relax. I won't call you that anymore. What about your mother? Why did you feel like she needed to die?
Guilt by association, you know? Sometimes not doing anything can be worse than harming someone yourself. I mean, what kind of mother just stands there in silence as her son is being beaten, sliced open, burned? She just let it happen because she was afraid of ending up alone. She was a coward.
I see. I can tell that you have very real and deep-seated feelings on the matter. And these feelings you have, they began after the death of your sister, correct?
No, they've always been there. It's just that my sister, she was my anchor. She helped me through everything. When she died, I was alone. I had no one and nothing. And I saw her face. Every single time I closed my eyes, I could see her. But not the way she used to be. The way she looked when it happened. Christ, it haunts me every night.
I can't even begin to imagine how difficult something like that must be. I'm very sorry for your loss, and I would like to help you to clear these things from your mind.
You can't help me, Doctor. There's only one thing that helps.
And what is that, Toby? Killing for the Slender Man?
There is no Slender Man. It's just a myth.
You seemed pretty adamant about this entity, not to mention quite specific on the appearance of this entity. A faceless demon is how you referred to it. Tall, slender, wearing a black suit.
Doctor, it's nothing. I promise. Just forget about him.
I wish that I could, Toby. But I can see even now on your face, you are scared of him. I don't believe that you simply constructed a lie about him. I believe that you most definitely saw something, and I need to know more.
Doctor, stop. If you seek him out, he will find you. Let it go.
I'm sorry, Toby, but I can't. Hello, my name is Dr. Clarence T. Wilson. It is currently 9:13 p.m. on the night of May 26th. This is my second evaluation of patient Toby Aaron Rogers. When last we spoke, the patient opened up about his family and what he did, but was hesitant to even broach the subject of this Slender man. I tried... I just hope I can get to the bottom of all this. Hello, Toby.
Hi.
I have decided not to question further about, well, you know. So I would like to get right into things and ask you about some details regarding what happened with your family.
Okay.
Your mother. For a long time it was believed that you only killed your father. We know now that this was not the case. They found her buried in the woods, not far from where you were found. You mentioned previously how you hated her for her lack of action against your father. I was just curious about why you would bury her instead of leaving her in the house with your father.
She was a coward, and I still hate her. But she wasn't evil. She was still my mom. My father, he was evil to the core. So I let that fucker burn. Are we ever going to talk about something other than my fucking past? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You seem a little shaken, distressed. Are you feeling all right?
I didn't get much sleep last night.
Nightmares again?
No. Not a nightmare. It was something else. Some kind of vision.
A vision?
I saw things that haven't happened yet. But they will happen.
I see. And what did you see in this vision?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
I saw blood, death, fire, buildings crumbling, everyone running and screaming, and then burning. The entire world was engulfed in flames. And there was this creature rising out of the ruins of our world, covered in ashes. You don't believe me, do you?
It's not that I don't believe you, Toby. I'm sure you actually saw what you say you saw. However, apocalyptic visions and things of that nature are often brought about by extreme trauma, manifestations of that trauma, so to speak, such as the things you've been through. Perhaps these nightmares were brought on by what we discussed yesterday, pulling those traumatic memories back to the forefront, as it were.
With all due respect, Doctor, you're wrong. This has nothing to do with memories or my past. This is the future. Our future.
And the creature you saw, was it the Slender Man?
No. It was worse. This thing is the embodiment of evil itself. What I saw was a warning. The Master was warning me.
Warning you? Of what?
Beware. Beware. He who hides behind the wall.
Toby, what's wrong with you?
Beware. He who hides behind the wall. He will be free. Zolgo comes.
Hey, my name's Toby. I'd like to tell you a little...
bit about who I am, since you all care so fucking much. I was homeschooled from an early age because, well, you know the age-old tale. The kid has mental disorders, the kid is bullied, everyone always picks on the retarded kid. They called me Ticky Toby because of my goddamn tics. I wasn't retarded, though. I was troubled. I had Tourette's and a whole slew of disorders, but my favorite was the one that made me completely numb to any pain. Too bad it didn't work for a broken heart. Anyways, I lived with Ma, Sis, and dear old Dad. Dad was just an amazing father, always getting drunk and beating us. He's dead now. And Sis died from a car accident. I suppose I grew more distant after that. Who the fuck needs a social life? I have the voices in my head to keep me company. And to think, those pesky doctors tried to silence them. So anyways, I butchered dear old Dad. Afterwards, I decided I could end it all and escape this meaningless world. But then, I blacked out. Next thing I know, this thing is standing over me. It had no eyes, no nose, and no mouth, but somehow it spoke to me.
Toby, open your eyes, child.
I did as he asked.
It is not time for your end.
And he was right. That was just the beginning of my journey.
My name is Dr. Clarence T. Wilson. It is currently 6:33 p.m. on the night of May 16th. This is psychiatric evaluation number 1. Patient's name is Jeffrey Allen Woods. The patient killed as many as 20 people before he was apprehended and later brought to our facility. 20 that they know about. Jeffrey, we talked about this attitude. You will behave or we will not conduct this interview at all. Oh, Doc, how will I ever live? Enough. Now I'd like to begin by hearing a bit about your past, so I can better understand what brought you to this point. Are you expecting to hear about my violent, abusive asshole father who would just as soon knock your teeth out as look at you? Or my whore mother who spent more time on her back to pay for her addictions than she spent being a fucking mother? Or Uncle Larry who didn't know how to keep his hands to himself? Do you want to hear about the way my parents tied me down with razor wire and forced me to swallow broken glass? Well, I think you're going to be disappointed, Doctor. My past, for all intents and purposes, was painfully normal. Sure, we were poor and Dad would lose his temper from time to time, but that's every family in America. And that's why so many people know my name now. Why so many people give a fuck. I'm just like them. I say otherwise, Mr. Woods. I say that you are not like any of them, and that is what drives these violent thoughts. You feel as though you don't belong amongst everyone else. I thought you were supposed to be asking me questions, Doctor, not telling me how I feel. You're right, Jeffrey. I'm sorry. Not as sorry as you'll be when I get out of this fucking prison. This is not a prison. It's a place of healing for fractured minds such as yours. You are not the first patient to threaten my life or threaten to escape. But I assure you, Mr. Woods, you do not frighten me, and you are not going anywhere.
I guess we'll find out.
No, we won't. You'll be left in isolation if you keep this behavior up. Are you going to keep this behavior up, Jeffrey? Very good. Now tell me about your first victim. Who was the first life you extinguished?
He was so scared. He looked at me, wide-eyed like a helpless little puppy, before I stabbed him and shoved him down the stairs. Oh no, wait. That was my little brother. Have you ever seen the abyss through the sparrow's eyes?
I'm not sure I follow.
Lou is always afraid of everything. That night was no exception.
So, your younger brother was your first victim. Tell me what happened.
No. He was my fourth. My first kill was some fucking asshole. He was a nobody. You know, Doctor, I was wondering, how are your two little girls?
How do you... My name is Dr. Clarence T. Wilson. It's 3:25 in the afternoon. The date is May 18th. This is psychiatric evaluation number 2 with Jeffrey Allen Woods. The patient was hostile when last we spoke. He somehow knew details about my family. He tried to threaten me through them. I'm hoping to get a bit more from him this time around. Guards, bring him in.
Doctor, so good to see you again. How are the wife and kids?
Jeffrey, I am not intimidated by you mentioning my family. You don't scare me.
If you say so, Doc.
I do say so. Now, during our last session, you mentioned what you did to your brother, and how scared he was. Are you proud knowing that you did that to him?
I don't regret anything.
That's not what I asked.
Do I feel proud that I put fear in my brother's heart before I shoved a knife into it? You're goddamn right I do.
Why?
Because if someone is weak, they deserve to know just how weak they really are. I could see it on his face as he tumbled down the stairs. He wasn't ready to meet death, which is precisely why I arranged that meeting.
So, according to you, your brother was weak. Your parents were weak. From my understanding, your father was anything but weak.
Your understanding is fucked.
And how is that, Mr. Woods?
My father wasn't weak? That's funny. You're a real fucking comedian. He was the weakest of them all, Doctor. Why does it matter what happened to my family? Why does it matter who did what, or why anything happened? Do you really think it matters?
Yes, Mr. Woods. I believe it matters a great deal in understanding you.
What is there to understand? You won't save me, Doctor. You can't cure me, Doctor. What I am, what I've done, it's only the first step. There's so much more than you can even begin to wrap your pathetic, narrow mind around. You want to understand all of this, don't you? Not just me, but all of us. Toby Rogers, what happened to that little Williams girl? Every unexplainable thing that has been happening as of late. Well, if you want understand any of it. All you have to do is wait. Just wait. And you will. Jeffrey, you say these things, but I think you fail to realize the facts. Fact A. Toby Rogers and Sally Williams are being investigated, same as you. We will find out the truth. And fact B. You act as though it's set in stone that you're escaping these walls, but the reality of the situation is much more bleak for you, I'm afraid. You need help, Jeffrey, and you are going to get that help. Oh, help me, Doctor. Save me. I've seen the error of my ways. Laugh while you can. I can assure you, you won't be laughing when we begin electroshock therapy.
You're a monster. That's what they say. But I am not a monster. My name is Jeff, and I love blood. And you are filled with it. But not for long. Don't be scared. You won't feel a thing. All you need to do is go to sleep.
What's that? Who's there?
Do you remember me, Uncle Johnny? I played your game, and you hurt me.
Sally, you're supposed to be dead.
Yes, I know. You made sure of that.
Hey, now, I was just trying to make sure you played the game right. I didn't mean to kill you. Honest.
Now I want to play my game. Do you want to play with me?
I think I had one too many drinks tonight. I'm singing shit, that's all. This is all in my head, you stupid little...
If it's all in your head, then you won't feel this.
You little whore. How the hell did you do that?
Funny that you mentioned hell. You'll be going there soon. Besides, I thought this was all in your head.
No. Oh my God. What the hell are you?
I am the darkness within. I am your greatest fear. I am what you made me.
Please.
You know, I've always hated this kitchen. You keep too many sharp objects, Uncle Johnny.
Sally. Please. Sweetheart. I'm sorry.
Not yet, you aren't. But you're about to be.
Sally. No!
You lost, Uncle Johnny. You weren't playing the game right. Now, You know how it felt when I lost your game. What was that?
Oh, hello. I can see you all want another story. I'll tell you a story. I had a friend once, a best friend, by the name of Isaac. We would play and play for hours, and the rest of the world seemed to not even exist. Our friendship could stand the test of time. And then one day, he was gone, and I was alone. I sat there waiting for him. Sat there. For 13 goddamn years. Finally, he came back. But he was different. I was different. And when I saw him, he had a new friend. I was so angry that he replaced me after not even so much as a goodbye. As I watched from my little box, I was a laughing jack in the box, you know. As I watched him, he tried to touch his female friend in an inappropriate way. I didn't understand at the time what was happening, but now I know he was trying to get some pussy. Anyways, she tried to resist him, and he caved in her fucking skull with a candlestick holder. I was so enthralled by what I had witnessed. I had never been exposed to violence before. I watched as he disposed of the body in a very disturbing way. I swear to Christ I fucking came. It was exhilarating, and from then on, he would bring victim after victim to the house, and I would watch his brutal and incredible murders. Until one day I knew that simply watching from the sidelines wasn't going to be enough for me. I had to experience murder for myself. So one day, Isaac came back, and he was trying to get rid of a body when suddenly the box I was in happened to fall off of a shelf, and a familiar tune started playing for him. All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought 'twas all in fun. Pop! Goes the weasel. He was horrified. He thought I was just a figment of his imagination all those years ago. I was just an imaginary friend. It wasn't imaginary for me. You left me, and you didn't even say goodbye. Oh, but you're back now, isn't that right? And I am here. And I've seen what you've been doing with your time, Isaac. And guess what? I want in on
Oh, the look on his face when I tore into his stomach and ripped his intestines out. It's all a bit of a blur now, actually, that I'm trying to think about it. But, I remember his screams. Oh, they were glorious. And I knew from that moment on that simply one murder wasn't going to be enough for me. So there was another, and another, and another. One after another, I murdered. And then I knew that I could change the past. I could stop any other friendships from being ruined by killing disgusting, bratty, snot-nosed little lying piles of shit called children. I could prevent them from making people think they care. Either that or I just hate the little annoying pricks. Now I'm just angry. I think I'm gonna go kill somebody. This has been fun. We should do it again. But for now, I will see you next time, my adoring fans.